What's up, guys? Anonymous Hole here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different and talking about Marvel Rivals. More specifically though, I'm going to be talking about some problems I think the game has and how we might be able to fix those problems, either as a community or what NetEase might need to do to fix these things in the future. And I'm going to talk about these in order of what I think is the least to most likely to actually hurt the game long term. Anyway, so sorry I don't have any Marvel Rivals gameplay on my PC, so please enjoy Happy Hills Massacre. But yeah, here we go, right into it. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is new heroes, or more specifically, everybody trying to play the new hero when they come out. And I think this is a problem for a few reasons. First of all, I don't think anybody's going to leave the game over this, but I do think people will not start the game over this. Now, of course, you're not the only new player, and somebody is probably going to end up getting the new character before you. But if I was a new player and I downloaded the game specifically for this hero, and then old players kept insta-locking that hero, I would probably get pretty upset, and eventually, after a few games of just not being able to play that person, I would delete the game. Or I would get one of my friends to come on who's faster and can help me get the character. You know, we'll both try to get them, and then if I don't, they'll just let me swap to them. I've done this for my friends, and people throw the game over it. So after not getting to play the hero I wanted several times in a row because they got insta-locked, and then someone throwing the game because they didn't get to play the hero that they wanted, especially after I had just dealt with that several times, yeah, I would delete the game right then and there, and I wouldn't blame anybody who did. Now, of course, if you want to learn a new hero, that's fine. There's no reason somebody who's been playing the game for a long time shouldn't decide at any point to learn a new hero. But that's not really what people are doing. People will load onto the hero in quick play just to try them, just to find out if they like them, and I don't really think that makes sense. You know, there is a place where you can go to study the hero's kits and just mess around, and I think that's the place that you should go to find out if you actually like the hero. You know, let me actually, real quick, let me just drop the YouTuber Good Attitude mask. Give me just a moment here. Figuring out whether or not you like a hero in quick play is fucking stupid. So first of all, if you know what a hero does, obviously that's different. You know, if you watched a video or whatever and you actually have an idea of how to play the character, then that's a totally different story. I'm talking about people who will genuinely try to learn everything about a hero in a quick play game. It's just illogical. If you don't understand their playstyle, then you'll play them incorrectly and you'll get a bad impression of them. If I tried to play Thor like Magneto, then I would think he was a bad hero. And I guess he's not the best right now, but that's besides the point. If I was to play Hela like Daredevil, I would think she's bad. You know, all these heroes are designed specifically to accomplish a certain goal, so if you don't have that goal in mind, you're probably not going to get a realistic idea of whether or not you like that hero. Next thing I'm going to talk about is how NetEase can fix the DPS problem, and I think it's by adding more DPS. You know, I know that doesn't make a lot of sense considering how many DPS there are in the game right now, and it definitely seems like the problem with DPS is that disproportionately people will pick that because there's an disproportionate number of them, so it just almost makes sense. It's not even disproportionate when you think about it. It seems like it is, but it's actually right. There's so many DPS that people are going to filter into each and every one of them. Someone is going to play every one of these characters, so I think they need to add characters that have healing items, or they need to add characters that have tank abilities, like Mr. Fantastic. I think if that happened, not only would it bridge the gap for some players between different roles like DPS to support, it would also make up for deficiencies in the current comps. You know, let's say that somebody's playing Mantis. Well, instead of having to swap to a third healer and losing out on some damage, just pick that hybrid character. Now we've got a little bit of extra healing and we're maintaining the damage. Or kind of like the Mr. Fantastic thing. Sometimes one tank and Mr. Fantastic works really well, and I'd like for there to be more options like that. As it sits, you can lose the game wholly and totally because somebody didn't swap off of DPS. And I think that has more to do with the last problem. This community kinda sucks. And I'm not really sure what we can do about it. You know, some people take it way too seriously, others don't take it seriously enough. And as far as the people who don't take it seriously and say you shouldn't, you know, it's a hobby. People take basketball seriously, people take collecting Pokemon cards seriously. You know, it's okay to take the things that you do for fun seriously, especially if you want to do them well. And as far as the people who take it way too seriously, these are the people who I think are worse. You know, the people who don't take it seriously tend not to be in comp. And if you're messing around in comp, you probably won't really get far enough to bug the people who are really, really serious about it, because casual players tend not to get very far in comp. As far as the people who take it way too seriously, these are the people who will throw because you didn't pick the right hero, or because you didn't ban the right person, or because their hero got banned. Just grow up. If it's really that serious, shouldn't you keep taking it serious and try to win the game? It doesn't really make any sense. Now, back to the brand new hero problem. I think that first, people should watch a video and make sure they like the idea of the character. Then, they should go into a practice range or a practice versus AI and make sure they like the feel of the character. After that, if you really know I like them, go into a quick play and try to learn them. Anyway, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching, and I guess I might as well finish this bowl before I go.